The Polo, for most of the people, is something very high, desirable because it's beautiful weather. You play polo in summer, and grass, beautiful horses, rich people, rich cars, champagne, big sponsors. It's an incredible atmosphere. If somebody will ask you, we would like to be part of that for 2 hours and be part, not a watcher, just to be part, inside. I would say most of the people would say, get me the experience. Okay, that is being called La Martina Polo Experience. Come with us. And one day I said, that's it, no more working for somebody else, and I'm going to be on my own. And I started to generate La Martina thinking, the sport of polo. Why polo? Because it's a unique sport. Very few people understand it, so need a lot of explanation. And we, as Argentinian, know exactly how the sport is being done, okay? We are the professional of the sport. Today, financing is important, but it's not critical. Today, it's much more important to get the point where you have to go. And what makes us as a small company extremely excited is that with the new things that are coming to us, like the technology in digital and this and that, and can put our small company competing with a big company. Because you don't really need huge amount of money to make your statement. Today, money is not what makes the difference. The opposite. You need talent into specific areas that really can have your shop talk. Well, the clothing will be in the future minimal. Because a lot of companies can do great clothing. Great clothing. If you go to Italy, you go to Pitti Uomo show in Florence. We are there participant for 10 years or more. You walk the area, it's unbelievable product. But they have no names. They have nothing to offer you. So we should keep working more and more in the contenido, in the content, what we want to express, because then at the end, the white shirt, button down, Pima cotton, can be produced by anybody in the same factory that we produce. Maybe a little faster, a little cheaper, but it won't be any difference if you really are a technician. We were doing the World Polo Championship shirts. So the 8 teams, the national teams, they were dressed by La Martina. We have a contract for 15 years now, 20 years with the federation. So they wear our shirts, our jackets, the bags, the hats, everything. So that was the introduction of textile business in our company. And that lasts for 20 years. It will be still a lot of activity there. But now, to support the new shop, we need much more accessories than textile. So, depending how you sell or what you want to express, you may have to change something. And it's not the white button-down shirt or the polo shirt. You still sell that. And maybe if you do a great job in the accessory business, your polo shirt will cost even more money, conceptually. Okay, or more desirable, because represent that. Now is the time to change again. Accessories is the way. Why? Because the color change every season, the formats, the fitting change every season. What is good fitting for you is a terrible fitting for the Italians that want everything tight, and terrible fitting for the Chinese. So you get into a lot of problems to be global company if you sell textile. So if I can change that and I have accessories, a nice bag is one color, maybe 2 colors, no sizes, and you have the bag, if you're successful, maybe for 5 years. Our company is dedicated to produce the best quality of polo equipment. And in that perspective is performance. A polo boot has to perform. It's not a gimmick. A saddle has to perform for the horse first, so it doesn't hurt the spine of the horse and the player. So if you have a cincha that breaks, the polo player can, have problems. Fell from the horse and have a lot of problems. So it's a very risky sport. It's not only glamour. They go at 60, 70 kilometers an hour, and with a lot of horses nearby, and if you fail, you can get troubles. So you have to be extremely serious when you get into that. Now, when you do a bag, a lady's bag, if you don't take the performance, you take the quality on the details, okay? We have to produce it from the best shop for bags in Florence. I know 3, okay? They have no time to do your bag unless you pay more than Prada. Okay, they still have Prada and they can do something for you. And I know those guys, but a bag will cost you a fortune. So you have to sell it for. So it's not a price point just as a marketing tool. It's the reality in the bag. So we are approaching our accessory business almost with that attitude, not with the performance necessary, but with the quality in the details and in few other things. Pricing is a little tricky, and where you put your brand depending on the pricing is very important, but that is a decision that you have to make at one point and say, okay, it's not that I will produce the leather bag in Turkey and cost me $10 and I will sell it for $400. You can do that. People will know that. You cannot cheat in the made in. I grew up with the American dream. America was expanding in the world with his dream, in Europe, in whatever. Today looks like the dream is coming back. So that's why the companies are suffering. The American companies with a lot of, if you read under the lines, it's what, I think something is happening here.